On behalf of my colleagues and friends in the Creole service, I am delighted to warmly welcome all of you to our service area as you are helping to celebrate our 27th anniversary. Before we go any further, I would like to ask all of you to join me in wishing the Creole service team a happy anniversary. You know, although VOA had some Creole news feeds around 1981 with Henry Francis, who was here with us, by the way, it wasn't until 1986 that VOA decided to inaugurate its regularly scheduled broadcast to Haiti. And, you know, interestingly enough, it couldn't come at a better time than this because, you know, it was truly a perfect timing because that was when the Haitian people really started a democratic transition when a popular uprising forced then President for Life, Jean-Claude Baby Doc Duvalier, into exile. You know, yes, the democratic transition started. At the same time, that allowed VOA Creole service to really play a big role in the life of the Haitian society. We really started to accompany them in their search for democracy, justice, and also a better life. There have been a lot of highlights for VOA Creole throughout those 27 years. I think one that we should really mention was the earthquake of 2010, January 12, 2010. You know, that day, the dedication of the Creole staff member really was remarkable. Could you imagine a service that was broadcasting about 1.5 hours per day, and, you know, the same day of the earthquake, the same evening, we started to increase our programming. And shortly after that, we went from 1.5 hours per day to 10.5 hours per day with the same level of staffing. They deserve a round of applause right now. You know, as we are accompanying the Haitian people, we really try very hard, and we continue to try information that are accurate, balanced, and comprehensive. But, you know, we don't stop there. We don't simply broadcast news and information to them. As a lot of you know, we also conduct training sessions for them. The staff members of the Creole service really, you know, they are really putting their knowledge and experience. They wanted to share their knowledge and experience with our counterparts in Haiti. Thanks to the support of the U.S. Embassy in Haiti, since 2008, we've been organizing training sessions for Haitian journalists in Haiti and in Washington. So we don't simply broadcast news and information. We share our knowledge with our counterparts in Haiti as well. So today is really a special day for the Creole service. We also would like to mention another somber period of Haiti's history. That was in 1991 when a military coup forced the first democratically elected president, Jean-Bertrand Aristide, into exile. He spent 3 years in exile, and that time frame was a big blow to free speech and free press in Haiti. But at the same time, it was an opportunity for the Voice of America's Creole service to bring the truth to the Haitian people. I remember during that period of time, some of our listeners had to go into hiding in order to listen to our broadcast so that they could avoid being arrested by the Haitian army. So today, I think VOA Creole remains a popular source of trusted news for a lot of people in Haiti and a lot of Creole speakers elsewhere. And on top of that, we are also a source for people who want to learn Creole. We get a lot of email, a lot of letters from people who are going to work in Haiti and who want to learn the Creole language. They go to our website and listen to our segments, read our scripts. So, and for many journalists in Haiti, VOA Creole remains the standard of excellence in broadcast journalism. So we couldn't have done any of that without the help and the support of our colleagues here in our division, Latin America division. We couldn't have done any of that without the help from members of other services at the Voice of America in our agency. We couldn't have done any of that without the support of our division management and without the support also of our agency senior managers. We thank all of them for that. And let's give another round of applause to the Creole staff member as they are celebrating their 27th anniversary. Well, at this time, I would like to recognize some of our guests. We'll start with Steve Reddish, VOA Executive Editor. Thank you, Steve, for being here with us. We really appreciate it. We have Scott Michael with IBB Research. Thank you, Scott, for coming. We have Haiti's ambassador to the United States, His Excellency Paul Altidore. Thank you, Ambassador. We want to thank all of our guests who are here who came to help us celebrate our anniversary. At this time, I'd like to invite VOA's Executive Editor Steve Reddish to the podium. He would like to share some words of wisdom with all of us. Thank you, Steve.
Pressure's on now.
I actually think you, Ronald, and the rest of the Creole staff have all of the wisdom that can be expressed. I just want to acknowledge and thank you for your leadership, Alberto and Clara for their leadership, and specifically the members of the VOA Creole service for creating a service that truly connects the United States with the Haitian people. I saw it firsthand the night of the earthquake. What a devastating event that rallied the people of the Creole service, the men and women here, to serve their people with and making it, being that source of reliable, accurate, comprehensive, going the extra mile to make sure that the audiences that they know and that know them, and created this connection over 27 years, were served with the right kind of information. And
most of everything that has been said, it's not worth. It's sometimes worth repeating, and I wanted just to focus in on a couple things. I came in about 3.5 years ago, and I inherited this wonderful staff. I inherited a wonderful service chief. It was one of the areas that was really, in the Voice of America in general, that was working perfectly, working at its full capacity. And I sat down with Ronald and had a wonderful conversation about what his vision was and what he wanted to do, what he wanted to accomplish. And he has an incredible professional staff and support system around him, from other people in the division to the producers unit that help him on an everyday basis. And obviously that all coalesced in the night of the earthquake. It was one of those things that you're never going to forget where you were when it happened. And just to reiterate something that Steve said, it was amazing to see these people jump into action. We must remember that at the time they had very a difficult time communicating with their own family members. They didn't know if their friends were quite frankly alive or dead, and yet the people in the service stepped up and said, we need to do something for the people of Haiti, and that is unbelievably commendable. To be able to act selflessly in the face of such a horrible situation. It was at that point that you really realized what a special group of people work in this service. To be able to put aside their own personal feelings and their own personal doubts, and to be able to say, this is a selfless act, and we need to do this because it's more important for the people of Haiti that we be on the air than not be on the air. And as was mentioned by Ronald, they went to 9.5 hours of programming on a daily basis, and it was every day. And they were here every day. I think they slept here. I'd come in the morning and they were here. I'd leave at night and they were here. And it was. And unfortunately, the wheels of government spin slowly sometimes, and it took us a while to get them some assistance. But it was an amazing selfless act by the members of the service and the members of the production unit, and other people in the division who lended a hand where they could and when we could. So all that could not have happened without wonderful leadership, without a professional staff to support all those broadcast hours. One of my favorite things that Ronald says on a daily basis, almost I think, is when he says, he comes back from a trip and Ronald had to go tell us, and the level of enthusiasm that he receives and that the service members receive when they travel. I love the stories where they're in a restaurant and they say something and said, "Hey, you're Ronald Caesar," or whoever else is in town. You're on the Voice of America. Obviously, they don't. It's on radio, so they don't see faces. But that recognition and that trust that they've built over the years is something that you can't put a price on that. That is just an amazing accomplishment. And when you hear people say, and I've heard this from journalists that have come here and other visitors from Haiti that have come here, that they tell us, when we hear it on the Voice of America, we know it's true. That level of respect and trust is something that is so hard to get from an audience. Think about it in your own lives. When you hear something on, and I'm not going to name networks, but think about a network, whatever network you watch on a regular basis. Is everything that they say, do you say, if it came from them, I believe it. I know I don't. And that's why I channel surf. But, when you hear that from people on the ground in Haiti who come here and they tell us, when I hear it on the Voice of America, I know that is true. That is something that obviously didn't happen overnight. It's a credit to the people that are here now and those that came before. And I commend the staff that is here for keeping up that tradition, keeping up that professionalism, keeping up that level of dedication and service to your audiences, because they do rely on you on a daily basis for the truth and balanced information that you provide. And that is something, again, that cannot be bought, it can't be paid for, it can only be earned. And I'm proud to say that Creole Service is part of the Latin America division. It gives me great joy to be able to say that. I just want to congratulate all of you that are here on this wonderful anniversary. Thank His Excellence Mr. Altador for joining us. It's quite an honor to have him here, and everybody else who's joined us from other parts of the building to celebrate this anniversary. Thank you so much, and enjoy.
Thank you very much, Alberto. As I said earlier, our regularly scheduled broadcast started in 1986. However, prior to that, VOA had some Creole news feeds on the air for the people of Haiti. And the first journalist who was there, we would like to ask him if he could tell us what it was like, that first feed in Creole back in 1981, and then that first broadcast as part of the regularly scheduled programs in 1986. Henri, let's give Henri a round of applause.
Well, the Creole feed started in 1980. I remember that day because that was the day President Reagan was shot in front of the Hilton Hotel. And the head of the Voice of America. We were part of the United States Information Agency at the time. The director was going through the services, asking about, how you covering the whole thing, how you keeping up to date with everything. And I was at the time working in the French branch in the African division. And he stopped by my desk and he said, well, are you working on a story? I said, yeah, I'm following the situation. We're writing, news items and everything. And he asked me, where are you from? I said, I'm from Haiti. And he said, well, I'm pretty sure that people in Haiti are going to follow what's happening here in Washington, with the president, whether he's going to survive and everything. And I remember answering him that, well, those who speak French, but those who speak Creole, they might be up on a hill somewhere, not even knowing that the president has been shot in Washington. And he said, well, what can we do about it? I said, if we had something in Creole, definitely they would know. And he said, can you write something? Maybe just a few words, and then maybe we'll send the information to radios in Haiti so at least the people who speak Creole would know what's happening here. And I said, okay, well, if I could write something. And that's how the Creole feed started. The same night when Reagan was going on surgery. And nobody knew whether he was going to survive, whether, who was going to be number 2, whether General Haig, who was in charge at the White House, was going to be the boss. And at the beginning, it was a weekly feed. And that was, it was the way until 1986. The night when baby Doug Duvalier, President for Life, driving his own car, went to the airport and left, in a U.S. Plane. And I remember being called to the 3rd floor, and I was told, can you start something tonight? A daily something, maybe 5 minutes, so we could know exactly, tell the people in Haiti, what's happening, and, 5 minutes. I said, okay, I can stay late that day, and there was at the time Bill Rogers in the newsroom who was taking care of the Caribbean feed, so he was supposed to be the one collecting all the information and forwarding them to me, so I could write that 5-minute news item. And I still remember saying, well, maybe I'm going to talk to the birds. We don't have any, antennas, any, frequencies, what are we going to do? He said, don't worry about that. Just do your 5 minutes and we'll take care of the rest. And that's the way the Creole service started. I remember vividly that day because, there was a sense of hope, for me as a Haitian. It was a new dawn. 30 years of dictatorship ending in Haiti, and maybe for once we would have a chance. And that's the same sense of dedication and mission that pervading in the whole Creole news, outlet. I can see here, Sandra Lemaire, who was one of the first ones to come with us in 1986. And behind her, there is Lionel Demarat, another old-timer. I was showing them, a few minutes ago, the first award given to the broadcasting our 6-month anniversary. And at the time, there were doubters. People who said, is it going to last more than a year, 2 years? But we felt a sense of mission because we had a message to forward to Haiti. That there could be democracy and development and hope and everything. And this is the same sense of dedication and mission that you can feel 27 years later, and that we felt back into struck Haiti. So the only thing I can say is that, 27 years, it's young. So there is a whole lifetime in front of the service, and I'm pretty sure that there will be others after us who will do the same thing and have the same sense of dedication. So really a round of applause for that service. I mean.
Thank you, Henri Francisque. And as I was saying, we are honored by the presence of Haiti's ambassador to the U.S., His Excellency Paul Altidore. And I'd like to invite Ambassador Altidore to the podium to say a few words to our audience. Give him a round of applause, please.
First of all, it is with great honor and it's a privilege to be among all of you here today on this special occasion. 27 years, it's actually not 27 days. And truth to be told, I think I'm here in two capacities. Yes, as the ambassador, but more importantly, I'm here as actually a common Haitian who actually more than anything else, I'm a listener of this program. And there's a question that usually asks of me, what do I hope to do? What do I hope to achieve as an ambassador? And I think my being here in this building on this occasion actually speak volumes to what I'm trying to do. I just returned from Haiti last night, and I was having a long conversation with the president and the prime minister, and we were talking about, the state of the country a little bit. And the question was posed to me, what do you think we need among all the things that Haiti needs? And I was telling him, Mr. President, there are two things that are very keen to me as a Haitian for us to move in the right direction. It's building our institutions. It's actually doing something where people are gonna feel confidence in the state, in the institution that we are building. And I think this service has done that. 27 years is no longer a service, it's an institution. 27 years, it means there's something that has gone to a point where, I'm sorry guys, it's beyond you now. So this service right now is well beyond Ronald Cesar and Lionel Desmarat and everybody else who are involved in it, because it becomes part of our own social fabric in Haiti. And I've seen many instances of that happening. There's one particular example I remember, two famous Haitian journalists and one person who were having a very heated political discussion, and a piece of information was put at the table, and they were not agreeing on it. And we're talking about two journalists who put the information out. And the common denominator they had to agree on it, where'd you get the information? Well, we heard it on Voice of America. And then it was, okay. That means, hey, it's important. That means it's credible enough, it's balanced enough, regardless where we stand. We know these folks, they're professional enough, whether we on this side or that side, but if they say it, it's because there's a level of professionalism, there's a level of ethics behind what they're saying, we're not gonna question it. And I think that speaks volume to the type of institution you've built in the last 27 years. And this is what I'm hoping as an ambassador to do with not just my embassy, this is where I'm hoping Haiti moves in some ways. That we feel confident when, as a government official, we say something and the people say, okay, you know what? The leader said it's because it's the right thing, it's the truth. Therefore, we're just gonna move on with it. And as a Haitian now, I remember when the first time I was named as an ambassador. I'm from a very small town out in the countryside of Haiti, in Jérémie. For those of you who know Jérémie, it's, there's Haiti and then there's Jérémie, because we like that far out. And when my mother still is out there, and I told my mom that I'm actually gonna do my first press interview at Voice of America. Did you meet Lionel Desmarat? Again, chances are you go to Haiti, no one would know who you are, but once you actually say something, everybody knows what you're talking about. And it speaks volume to what those 27 years means, not just for you guys there, but actually to your listeners. And as our friend who started the whole thing, and it's funny how things started with chaos, right? The president got shot and he kind of took a life of its own. And let me say, my friend, regardless of the plaques and everything else, believe me, there's a number of people out there, a critical mass of folks, who may not have the means or the ways to actually present your plaque, but I can stand here and speak on their behalf, not as the ambassador, but as just a common Haitian, believe me, you deserve many, many of those. It's just unspoken. It hasn't been handed out to you. But I know with certainty that there are a lot of people who are grateful for the work that you guys have done here, and I'm hoping there's going to be 27 more years of the same work at the same level of professionalism you guys have demonstrated. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Altidore. Well, as we are celebrating our 27th anniversary, I'd like to congratulate both current and former members of VOA's Creole service for their dedication in carrying out the mission of our agency, and also in engaging in responsible discussions with our audience on U.S. policy objectives. Thank you very much, and once again, happy anniversary, VOA Creole.
Madame, la blonde, la jolie. Les mecs le font, oui, ils répondent bien.
Yeah, I did that one. Yeah. It's Thai chicken salad. Thai Asian chicken salad. You made that?
It has a nice sweet
After me, okay, no problem.
Pumpkins, Asian pumpkins.
Oh, yes. No, esa es la mala forma que ustedes me tienen. Tú eres la que lo alimenta, se alimenta. No, él.
I miss him when he was.
Yeah, you don't have the dexterity to do it.
Oh, there you go. I was looking for. Oh, there you go. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Not necessarily in that order, right?
Yo tenía cartelito. No, I like chicken.
Pero que no sea picante porque si no se queda aquí.
¿De qué es ahí?
Getting being involved, knowing these people are raw.
It looks like a dip.
Okay, that's it for me.
But it sure looks good.
Seeing it here, you don't really realize.
Corten la torta, voy a venir con un pedacito de torta.
I'm just gonna go ahead. Yeah, go in front of me.
You say antique program.
It looks like
Spicy person.
Senadora María.
Thank you, Jose.
Mira cómo suena esto en francés. Macaroni and cheese.
Thai.